Hello, everyone. Welcome to XR Must live stream today. We're going to cover immersive entertainment with Sensorium Galaxy. We're going to talk everything about immersive storytelling today. My name is Anne McKinnon. I'm a journalist at The Boolean. I've been covering this space since 2017 and also building my own startup, wristband, music metaverse. Really excited to speak with our friends at Sensorium. And I'll welcome Alex and Daniil to introduce themselves. Daniil, would you like to kick us off?
Hi everyone, my name is Daniil Solopov. I'm head of BD and also mobile product director at Sensorium. I've been at Sensorium a couple of years now, and here I am.
Hi there, my name is Alex. I'm the deputy CEO of Sensorium. So I'm in charge for the mobile, digital, crypto, corporate development, and IT. So I've been since Sensorium almost when it's been founded. Happy to be here.
Thank you, guys. No, Daniil, we were very lucky to speak in person just a couple of months ago at Augmented World Expo in California, and we really dove into the creative storytelling aspect from VR to the live app to different ways that audiences can access Sensorium. There's a huge vision that you guys are working hard to achieve. There's technology challenges, creative challenges, there's industry challenges about educating an audience that is entering a very new space. So I'd love for you to touch on the vision here of your launches coming up. What is it that you hope for the audience to experience and your vision for the future?
Well, we see that the future is going to the Web 3.0. That is our main angle of development. And we see that the crypto world, the crypto industry become very, very impacting on the gaming industry. Like if you see that the concept of play to earn is rising across the markets, and much more users become joining the popular games like Axie Infinity and so far. From the other angle, we see that development of NFT become very, very popular, and of course the metaverse itself, after the Mark Zuckerberg bring this new word into the mass adoption, everyone to join the metaverse in any possible ways. Right, Daniil?
Absolutely.
Yeah, looking at these audiences from music fans to gamers, there's been two very different viewpoints colliding here, which is, especially in the blockchain world, Web3 world, play to earn. There's a lot of gamers who are coming back and saying, actually, this isn't something because it's another barrier for us to enjoy a game. However, on the music side, it seems like there's more sense of utility, especially for the artists and creative involved. So how are you balancing this with your first approach and launch of Sensorium?
You're right. So the gaming is not actually the only one angle available for the development of the metaverse. And from our perspective, we see more effort should be done in terms of bringing the world popular brands in the music industry and fashion industry into the metaverse itself, because the metaverse becomes the new environment where the people can do social interaction.
Yeah, we see it as a sort of convergence of many aspects, important things of social, fashion, art, and other activities that people do at the moment, and they're passionate about it. Like for instance, my daughter, she's passionate about gaming. She wants to be a gamer, but also like art, and I think multiple activities like this we will see it in metaverse and moving forward.
Yeah, my daughter even too, a very famous gamer on Roblox. I hope one day she's gonna see this video. And by now, I see that more children joining the metaverse, and I see that the new services bringing in the market to allowing adults become the members and play in the sandbox with their children, not in the real one, but instead in the online sandbox in Roblox or any other games like Minecraft and so on. And this is kind of a new way of interaction between the parent and the children. We also see kind of a new invention on the markets.
I think you've touched on a lot of really interesting topics here. One thing is the definition of the metaverse, and Alex, you're talking about a digital environment where people can have social interactions. I know that's quite in line with the Roblox founding team of how they've defined their user base. And we also touched on, I guess, the people who are using the platform in age, and with NFTs and crypto, I think that's also another challenge, is how can we make it accessible for those who are, still children living at home and those who are living in an adult world and have professional careers and looking to monetize their work. But we might actually take a step back, and I know you guys have a video to share, overview of Sensorium, so we can give the audience a bit of insights into what this all looks like. Is that something we can share now?
Yeah. Well, we started from the very wide picture of the big idea, and to embarrass the people how they can interact with the digital environment and what is the value of this interaction for the people, when the algorithm will take care about any other matters which matter you in real life, and what is the value why you spend your time in virtual reality or in digital reality. And from our perspective, we see that this value will be bring from the angle of your interaction with AI. It means like you users can become the creators, and such a creator can create the characters, and these characters can act and tell the new stories, and you are as creator can interact with different type of characters, and those characters also can evolve, and they can be acting in the movies or in the games or like any like other names. Like imagine like kind of a Sims, a very popular game, when you're not just controlling or managing your own character, but instead it's become fully autonomous, out of your own parent control, like your child. And those digital children, they maybe become the most vast majority of the users in the metaverse than the real human.
So yeah, I just want to add to what Alex just said, that we very much focused on virtual beings and creating them, and as part of this and the music movement that we the entire thing about the concerts and stuff and DJs, we created our own virtual DJs, and we have, even on Spotify, we have an album for the of this virtual DJ. And I think in this we have a video, and guys can show it, intro video with some beats there showing the actual DJ. And we also have, and we can show the video of the character that our users will be able to create in the environment we are building. So it's a mobile or a VR or whatever, virtual. So maybe we can show the virtual DJ video of Sensorium.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a teaser showing one of the DJs. We have a lineup of DJs with very peculiar names, but they're very, very cool. And so apart from the realistic avatars that we create for our DJs like David Guetta, Carl Cox, etc., we have our own lineup of DJs that will play 24/7 for the audience, and people can stream it in 2D and also dive into it with VR glasses.
And also, the users will be able to interact and talk and make a conversation with those DJs through our mobile app, which is already available in Google and App Store. And those DJ will use very advanced AI library, so-called GPT-3, and that means you can actually interact with those DJs and feeling like a human-like conversation.
So yeah, the DJs, as the rest of the characters on the platform, they will have their own peculiar personalities, traits, and backstories. So they will hold the context with you and kind of reflect on what their personality is in any particular moment. So you will not experience that they restart conversation or restart the context and can't understand who they are, or they will also always know what they are and what they do.
Yeah, the idea of a persistent world. I love that you guys brought up The Sims. In Sims 4, I think too, you can have characters that fall in love with a male or female character regardless of your gender. And I think that's also really interesting about being able to explore your identity and personality in these different worlds and games.
Yeah.
And I think what is really exciting about what you guys are doing and having these really powerful AI-driven characters is tackling one of these challenges of empty world syndrome that we see in a lot of platforms like Decentraland, for example, or even Roblox. You go in and you see a lot of people landing in the world, but there's no one there staying for the duration of the event because there's nothing to do. So, talk to me a bit about why you guys made the decision to really push the AI narrative-driven experience and how that is going to evolve throughout the experience of a concert in Sensorium.
Can you repeat the last bit, because I think the connection is not great.
Yeah, of course. For the AI characters and their role they play within the concerts and Sensorium, how is that going to evolve from when you arrive in the experience to throughout the duration and when you return again and they remember the conversations you've had? What is the role they play?
Okay, so they actually gamified the entire experience, and the logic behind this is that the VR is relatively in advanced still, in terms of like how many people can be in one instance. And now although we reach to the point, aim to reach like 60 more people, 60 plus people in one instance. With the digital characters people create, we can overcome this kind of a gap. So as you go in like in any game, you have NPCs. So we will have the crowd of NPCs that will fill the crowd, and they will be dancing. The other half of them will be intelligent NPCs or characters that other people create or we create. We aim that whatever you create on the mobile app or whatever you create, character you create in VR, if you use just VR, you can interact with them. You can release them in the virtual domain, and other people can interact with them and be friends with them, and they can test the intelligence, and that's the evolution is limitless, to be honest. We have so many ideas, but in a nutshell, that this concept relates to actually creating user-generated content with NPCs. So you're not so the platform doesn't create them. They provide the tools, the instruments for visual appearance, and the instruments to create and shape the intelligence and the characters' traits and things like that. And we call it this gamified character artifact is mind pyramid. So for the intellect, we have artifact mind pyramid, which has various facets to it, and each facet represents a piece of individual ID of the specific NPC. So when you go as to answer your question, I know that I'm talking too much about it. There is so much to say, but when you enter the virtual worlds of Sensorium and you attend the concerts, for instance, you will have some recreational spaces with bars and some other lounges and things like that. You will find those characters there, and you can interact with them and kind of in a group. You can create your group of your characters and be among friends and have fun, and that's the goal. And there will be much more game mechanics attached to them as well. You can create abilities for yourself, for them. You can gain abilities through some quests maybe, and challenges, and this is all interconnected. And so they create the crowd there. Half, like part of them is intelligent crowd, and this is the creation of the users themselves. And the interest there for users is actually create something not only visually appealing, but also intelligent. And with AI, it's a black box, although we try to control how it develops, but we never know how the character will develop, what specific context will bring in terms of like responses and conversations. So
I think, yeah, I think the black box that you mentioned is actually a very important part of gameplay, which is that the user is surprised and they are encouraged to continue the game because they don't necessarily know what to expect. So there's a reward for discovering, for continuing to engage, and the more you know, the more that experience evolves. So it's something I haven't seen before, and I know there's so much to talk about in this, but I actually want to also talk about some of the tools that you mentioned, especially as we're looking at the creative process and the challenges that artists face to enter the metaverse landscapes. I know right now you guys are working with some really, really strong partners, one of them being electronic godfather JeanMichel Jarre, very well known here in France, where I'm currently am. And I was wondering about the roadmap for being able to open up Sensorium to the wider music industry.
Sure. Alex, do you want to expand on this? JeanMichel Jarre and the community?
The JeanMichel Jarre is a legend. So for electronic music, one of the founders, father founders of the many electronic music style, and it's a big honor to work together. So we are happy to develop special virtual world for JeanMichel Jarre, and we will announce plans about this and concrete timelines quite soon. By the way, we are now working on launching the main product, which is the virtual reality world, so-called Prism, and we will make some announcement very soon about the recent developments and the concert of the big name DJ.
Yeah, and I'm also very interested in the development of the roadmap, making it wider, accessible to the wider music industry. So what we see now is a lot of partnerships with very well-known artists, which is a fantastic starting point, but also about the greater creative and long-term vision, which I know you guys are working hard towards.
Yeah, sure. So in relation to this specific question, I think there is not clear roadmap for this. There is an intention of eventually bringing the wider community and decrease any blocks for accessibility. But as I mentioned before in our talks, we want to create the platform for every creative musician that out there, maybe every creative, full stop. So, but we have to start with, as you said, big names, and also, creating the platform. And it's like game development. It doesn't happen overnight. And it's been quite a long time for us, and challenging to build things. And so as a stepping point, we will aim to go ahead with whatever plans we have right now, learn from it, and see how we can iterate and bring wider community into the space, and make it available on almost automatic basis. So when you kind of like go on the platform, you create your own show, you configure whatever you have in mind, and with the tools available. And we, in this regard, we even explore things like AI-driven light shows. So you don't have to be a specialist in this, and and things like that. So there are lots of things to think about and develop. So I would say it's not this year for the wider community. I think we will have to create something first, learn from it again, and see how we can optimize the process and bring the wider community to the platform.
Yeah, curation is key, especially at these early stages, and creating a valuable experience both for the artists and for the attendees. And definitely scaling that is challenging, but working with the right partners plays a big role. One thing we spoke about too in previous conversations was the app that you're developing and the dance aspect of this and remixing historically important or significant dance moves, but also giving users the ability to create and remix or choreograph entire dance sequences with their avatar. Would you like to share a bit about what people can expect from this?
So yeah, we actually having R&D process now for not only for remixes and for the entertainment part. We also plan to launch the kind of edutainment part of it. So you can take dance classes with your character. So your character will actually teach you how to dance specific moves, very complex moves, whatever you choose. And this is what we're working on right now. And this will be part of the dance suite we are developing. As in terms of entertainment, the vision is that we want to immortalize the dance moves of all the dancers on the planet and make it available for other users to use with characters. And also, as I just mentioned, learn how to do how to dance them. And this way, we help in the dance community as well as music community, because music doesn't come without dance. It's actually made mostly for dancing. So yeah, so we think this is a great idea, and these are our plans for the rest of the year and the year to follow.
Is there a NFT minting component to these dance moves? For example, if new people sequence or choreograph new dance moves, is that also going to be a marketplace component?
Absolutely. So as you know, we have our own blockchain in development called Wakata, and in short, basically, we plan to completely integrate this blockchain and NFT platform into our game mechanics and the creation tools. So basically, if you create a cool dance, you can mint it and post it on the marketplace. If you're a creator, you can mint your NFTs and you can earn on it and on our shops, on the marketplace, in the shop. Also, if you're a creator of the characters in terms of their personalities with our tools, because of the black box, it's unique. So if you end up creating, I don't know, virtual influencer, as we know, very popular thing, you can create popular character, which will be very interesting to talk to. It will gain a popularity on social media, etc. You can convert it into the NFT, and you can actually resell, sell it if you want on auction, transfer it, or whatever NFT does. And on the NFT part, if you need to learn more, the best person is actually Alex to talk about it, because he is the creator of Wakata.
Yeah, the Wakata infrastructure itself is focused on the evolution of an NFT, because we see itself, NFT at the moment, is the first stage of the immediate intersection of the blockchain technologies and digital content. And we see that it can evolve on the next steps, like it can be upgraded, for example, NFT can upgrade, or we can link NFT with attributes like time, when the passing appropriate time, for example, the ticket for the concerts after the date of the concert is passed, ticket can become not just a ticket itself, but rather some NFT, which gives its owner some abilities to vote or participate in the content creation. And we see this is a bring value for the creators. And that's why we want to contribute, and we developing our own infrastructure. It's have a very nice name, Wakata. And you can find more information about this on the website wkt.io.
I was really curious about this because it taps a lot into the component of fandom and being able to allow fans to have something that they keep and also gains value, and to perhaps participate in the ownership or funding of creative projects. But then also when we look at games that are at scale already, like Fortnite, Tim Sweeney says one of the reasons they haven't integrated blockchain already is because of the gas fees and the capability of the network to be able to actually have all these transactions happening instantaneously. Is this something that is Wakata going to face the same challenges with gas fees and network latency, or is that a challenge that you guys have overcome? Alex, is that one that you want to tackle?
Can you please repeat?
Of course. When it comes to blockchain, there's two challenges, I suppose. One is the latency and gas
Yeah,
fees. Yes.
yeah.
Tim Sweeney said this is why they haven't integrated it into Fortnite, for example. So I'm wondering how you've overcome these challenges or if you still face them.
Yeah, this is a major challenges for us also. So, however, we're using the substrate, which is developed by Gavin Wood and his team on the Polkadot. So we believe that both two challenges already solved on Polkadot. So we're just joining this wonderful ecosystem. There is also some very big challenge for us is to find a balance between the interoperability with EVM and the guarantee low fees to our validators that will join our network. But I hope so that we will find this balance with help of the Gavin's team, and Substrate itself already allowing us to use a throughput transaction speed like over 1,000, and it can decrease more the more we're joining the Relay chain, the more it's increasing the speed.
Yeah, that's certainly very challenging. So I'm very excited to see how this works and is implemented. I suppose another thing is the long-term value of NFTs that are purchased, and this can play a lot into the game mechanics of a metaverse. So that I guess involves like continued engagement and events and exclusive access via these NFTs. So the ecosystem that's evolving within Sensorium, is that something that you guys have will be available in the first version, or will that develop based on the user behavior?
Yeah, I think it will develop with time. So we need to see how everything unfolds with the launch of the products, so various products, including the Wakata itself. So yeah, I guess you're right.
It's a fascinating chat problem to have, and I think with all the creative partnerships that you have, often that I guess the marrying of creative and technology is where we find what the next iteration is going to have success. I know we're running into the last 10 minutes. I saw a couple of questions come through, but I also want to open the floor to you guys. With X or Must, we're focusing a lot on storytelling and creativity. So I know there's a much wider picture here, but I wanted to give the floor to you guys to pick out one or two things that you think is really, really important and unique to Sensorium to share with the audience today.
Well, the storytelling is very important for us to allow users to create their own stories so they can exchange this with the users. And for this purpose, we're planning to use the instrument. The main instrument will be AI. So users will be allowed to tell their personalities and represent themselves through the autonomous AI beings. And this AI beings, you can, as a user, customize through the My Empowerment. And I think Daniil, as one of the co-creators of this idea, can tell more.
Well, I mentioned like many things about it, and as part of this specific point of storytelling, I guess Alex is right. This is the major part where the users will be using the pre-made facets of personality. So to expand a little bit more on this, the facet of personality, or a layer we called it before, it's actually, piece of information you input into your character. So for instance, it could be like relating to profession, it could be relating to the habit, to vice, or to blessing of this specific character, and it will unfold with the through the dialogue, so through the ability of maintaining the intellectual dialogue. And this is where the users can actually expand on their creativity and unleash whatever they think could be cool with these characters. Like for instance, in the beginning, we created a couple of characters. One of my favorites is Batman. So I always wanted to talk to Batman, and obviously you can't. You just watch the movie, and you can have like replicas or movie stars, but not in virtual or interface sort of communicative way, and this is something that is pretty cool. So if we overcome the challenge of of the copyrights and the trademarks out there, and it would be very cool to create like new superheroes, new or existing superhero, talk to existing superheroes, or any other character that you always wanted to talk to. And I think this is a huge part of the creativity and the storytelling concept.
With artists who, I suppose there's been some really great shows, like with Tupac, for example, bringing artists back who are no longer with us. There's also a lot of, I suppose, music rights challenges, which aren't yet defined. But I suppose, is that something that you guys are trying to take a lead on and work with the music industry?
In terms of music rights, I think this is very challenging, and something that we're still working on figuring out how to simplify this. So, yeah, I don't think we have anything to share yet on this subject, but we recognize that this is one of the challenges, and amongst other things, like dancing rights, for instance, dance move rights. Do you recognize the dance move as a copy of someone's right, or you can actually repeat it? So there are many like points on the specific subject, and we're still working on it, on optimizing.
Yeah,
But
thank you for sharing those insights.
I hope that we will in this all this metaverse and virtual worlds and new era, we will get less and less barriers like this, so people can express themselves, they can enjoy and experience new experiences unhindered, not only bound by someone's licenses and stuff like this. So that people can enjoy, and like myself, would be able to talk to the favorite characters or do favorite things and be able to learn them and enjoy them.
Yeah, I think that will be quite special for both your kids as well, to be experimenting with these new
Absolutely.
mediums. And Alex, I think on one hand, the metaverse needs to be creative and it needs to be a place that we all want to be. But Alex, you've got a really unique background in being able to, I guess, in banking as well. And the metaverse costs a lot and it has to make money as well. So I won't ask a specific question, but again, I'll leave the floor to you to raise something that you're tackling right now is at the forefront of your mind.
Good question. So basically, what I see the evolution of the banking in metaverse, it's a big question, because banking itself in Web 3.0 is not quite defined. We see that the cryptocurrency is acting as a fintech arm in the Web 3.0, and that means the value itself and the nomination of value can be delivered in different type of the cryptocurrency. and that means like it can be accessed, the liquidity can be accessed in many different ways, and the banking itself become the commodity. And like we see the challenges of the DeFi, and I see the big challenges could be from the identity point of view, like using personal data and consent for the users. That's what I see requires appropriate infrastructure itself from this angle, and because this will be the core stone how to use and provide fintech solutions in the metaverse.
Yeah, thank you for those insights, guys. It's been a pleasure having you. I want to also give a big shout out to Matthew Gayat, who's the chief editor at XR Must, for bringing us all together, and also Elena, who's the head of marketing communications at Sensorium, for organizing, coordinating things for today. Matthew, do you want to jump on for a second?
Guys, thanks for the talk. I think we were supposed to show maybe one more video. Do you want to play something for the end?
Yeah, would like to show up this video now.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Maybe we
guys.
can show the character.
The character, yes, please.
And thank you very
Hi,
much.
Ibarra. What are you doing in Sensorium Galaxy?
I came here to study people, the way they interact with each other and have fun. There are no parties on my planet.
Tell me about your planet.
My planet is like a giant electric network, where you can be present at several places at the same time. It's similar to what humans call the metaverse.
What do you think about the metaverse?
Metaverse is all about social relationships. Everyone is connected to everyone, and it's beautiful.
How can I make friends in the metaverse?
I think it's similar to real life. Just don't be the guy everyone hates.
What do you think awaits us in 2022?
It will be just another year, a logical continuation of 2021, but it will have a stronger creative touch.
What do you mean?
I think new technologies will bring more opportunities for self-expression.
What fascinates you the most about humans?
Your curiosity,
It was a pleasure talking with you. See you later.
or not.
So that's it. Thank you, guys, and thank you, Anne, for the live. And I will be sure to share about your next live music artist. Someone asked, what is the next artist to play on your platform? Is David Guetta coming anyway?
Yes, he is, but we're still figuring out who will be the first.
All right. That was one of the questions online. Thank you very much, and we'll see you around soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you in the metaverse.
See ya.
Bye-bye.